Here is our chief of police, Shelley Zimmerman, back on the Corky's hotline on Scott and BR. Hello, Chief.
Hey, thanks for having me. I tell you, that was great introduction. And I got to talk, so much about Sean Shepard. And there's a little more backstory with this, and I know you guys are going to laugh and go, oh, of course there is. But several years ago, Sean and I met. We were sitting at the same table to honor Father Henry, who regrettably passed last year. But Sean and I started talking, and I learned that Sean was the strength coach at The Ohio State University for baseball and basketball.
You knew she was going to work it in somehow, didn't you? You knew she was going to work it in.
All right, so there's some Ohio State Buckeye love between you.
Exactly right. Some.
So what happens is, of course, being a huge sports fan and a graduate myself of The Ohio State, we immediately became friends, and we kept in touch. And Sean calls me a couple years ago and says, hey, he has this idea, just what you were talking about, is bringing police and community together over a sporting event and to break down really those barriers and to have something that everybody loves to do. And, you've heard me say this before. You just said it, that sports do bring people together. So I said we're all in, and that's what's happened. And this thing is a reality now. This is I think tonight is the third or fourth game changer. And, what it does is really create a safe space for open, honest, and crucial dialogue between police officers and the community who we proudly serve. And we do that through sports. And then, a lot of heartfelt emotion comes out, a lot of honesty comes out. And everybody really wants the same thing. Everybody wants to live in a community that they feel safe from everyone. The last thing that we want as police officers for anyone to fear us. And so that by having that open dialogue, I think our police officers, without a doubt, and our community members, I believe, come away with a better understanding after each of these game changers about a common shared goal of what all of us want.
Yeah, and Chief, I got to tell you, as much as the folks that we call the community, because let's face it, the cops are part of the community, but to differentiate between the police officers and the community as we bring these two groups together, while the community might say to the cops, we are fearful of you, which, as you said, you don't want, the cops could also, I would think, be sharing with the community members, hey, dude, when I put on this uniform and I go out on the streets at night, I want to make sure I get home to my family. I may be fearful, of you. And at least there's this dialogue back and forth between the two groups. At least we're trying locally to do something.
And that's that conversation, that exact conversation comes up. And we don't shy away from any of these crucial current events that we need to have. We absolutely need to have. And, it's part of our community policing philosophy. It is a shared responsibility, all of us coming together. But a major part of that is what we talk about, procedural justice. And a main component is to make sure that our community has a voice. Otherwise, if they don't, they're not going to feel that their police department is legitimate. And I'll tell you is that, here we have the Aztec game, and they're on a roll. Tonight to go to this game, and next week also will be another game changer in an Aztec game, and we have baseball season coming up, and I know we're looking forward to working again with the Padres for baseball season. Long season that's going to happen over the summer. We're all looking forward to the Padres going all the way, and how great would it be to have the Padres and the Indians in the World Series?
They're going to the World Series.
Come on, she's on a roll.
The World Series. Leave her alone.
Chief Zimmerman.
She's positive.
Chief, we saw you last night at the Salute to Champions in full regalia. Do you ever go any place not dressed as the chief of police?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Scott, when we go out and ride our bicycles for the challenge athletes,
yes.
We're doing that, and so yes, of course.
Actually, Shelley was just in a magazine for that.
Okay,
because
still in uniform though. No, I didn't see it. What magazine was it?
Shelley, what magazine was that?
It was the San Diego Home and Garden, and
okay.
I appreciate that to. I guess let people see me in a different light. We talk about community policing, and we both love riding our bicycles for such a great cause for the challenged athletes. And so, yeah, of course. But I
only
do work
see
a lot,
you.
so I wear my uniform a lot.
Right.
But of course.
But I only see you in your police uniform and your cycling gear.
What is it that you want her to wear,
Yeah,
Scott?
what would you like to see?
I would like
Weirdo.
to see you. Let me ask you this: if we went out socially, okay, and you put on a pair of jeans and a top and, the whole deal, right, would you be carrying a gun?
You don't have to answer that, Shelley.
No, you don't.
Well, as a police officer, we often carry our guns off duty.
If she's with you, of course she's going to have a gun.
No,
you
she
weirdo.
used the word often, so there's still a question.
You know, I do have to ask. I love this program that you're doing, and I love the fact that sports is bringing people together. But have you reached out to other groups and found resistance?
Well, you know what? Great question. I'm glad you asked that, because what we've subsequently done is, now that we found out that Game Changer they need to reach out to more people. So we remember our friend Anthony from Boys to Men.
Yes.
We're trying to get Game Changer and Boys to Men together,
Oh,
so
beautiful.
that the at-risk youth that Boys to Men services could be part of this Game Changer program and meet with the cops and go to the games and so on.
Okay, that'd be great. Because did you hear about High Five Friday, Shelley?
I have not.
Okay, when you had the convention here with all the police officers here in San Diego, and that was one of the things, talking about bridging the gap and reaching out. Well, one of these ideas apparently came from San Diego. They brought it back to Massachusetts, called High Five Friday. It was a program aimed to bring uniformed police officers to elementary schools on Fridays. As the kids entered the school, they could fist bump or high five the officer if they wanted to, and they, just to engage them. And then during a school committee meeting, there were concerns raised that not all kids would feel comfortable, and they canceled it.
That's unfortunate. That's quite frankly, that's disappointing, because what we want is that we want, as you say, police officers are part of the community. We want everybody to come together. And I say, I'm so, Sean Shepard's a great friend of mine. I'm just so proud of him and his idea. And really, it's his vision about, bringing all of us together. And you talk about, Boys to Men. You talk about other programs that are out there. You have, Billy Moore, yesterday was here from the ABC Youth, boxing. And, the 1 million punches from the heart, talking about punching out racism and police mistrust, and all of us coming together. He's a huge supporter of police and community coming together. And there was just such a great vibe yesterday as you saw, the legends, and how great was it with Dick Enberg out there? Oh my! I could listen to him all night.
Right.
And Philip Rivers, that got choked up, and really that was touching. That he had a tough time talking, knowing that he wasn't going to play here in San Diego next year. And just to have all the kids also, that you have the legends, but yet you have the future legends that are here. It was just a great night.
It was a great night. And I said to people earlier, if you weren't there to feel it, just by playing the Philip Rivers speech, you will feel it. Shelley, that is interesting that you were talking about last night, and I wonder about police officers. And you tell us, how affected are San Diego police officers going to be now that the Chargers are gone, and there's not those Sunday home games, and there's not, I suppose, overtime opportunities? How affected is a San Diego police officer on average?
Well, I'll tell you, we love the Chargers. We're again disappointed. They've been here for more than 50 years. We were we feel, of the San Diego Charger team to provide security. We helped with that 3 Super Bowl years and playoff games, and as we talk about what happens during the game and before the game, and you have fans and everybody just enjoying that time together. That was part of us. We enjoyed that too, and it gave us an opportunity to enjoy our community in a different light as you talk about sports coming together. So this is a huge disappointment for us.
Right, but do cops? Do they lose like overtime opportunities?
Yeah, those opportunities are gone.
Yeah.
Yes, those there was overtime to work the games, and obviously that's gone now that the team's gone.
Yeah. See, you should arrest Dean Spanos. You know what you should do?
Oh, jeez.
No, seriously. Like, why is it that you guys are not like harassing him?
That's not what police do, Scott.
Sorry, Shelley. What I mean is, why doesn't somebody like pull him over when he's speeding? Is what I meant.
Well, he's, I guess I could say he's up in L.A. now, so I guess it's LAPD's issue now.
No. You still have a few more chances.
That was a great
answer. I just want to get once again, to kind of bring it back to Game Changers. This really is such an important thing. If anybody needs more information, I do want to give out the website that Sean has put together, and it's I am a Game Changer, so it's IMAGamechanger.org. And if anybody needs more information, they could also call the number, which is 619-857-7326. And I know we're looking forward to tonight. We have officers that'll be there. And, the feedback has been very positive. And we talk a lot about, police community training. This is a way of training for our police officers and our community.
Right, and it's so important.
Through this. It's just a great program.
It is so important. After what happened this past summer with our 2 officers, one who died, de Guzman, and the other one, Wade, who is how's he doing, by the way?
Yeah, and I appreciate you asking, Officer Wader. When he continues to improve, which is just great, and we're also grateful that he does continue to improve every day. And we speak with JD's wife and kids all the time, and they're doing as well as they can, and they so appreciate. I mean, everybody does so appreciates all of you and our community that continues to ask about them and to see how they're doing. They'll never be forgotten. And just a couple days ago, you saw what happened in Whittier, and those officers just thought that they were going to respond to a traffic accident, and one of them lost her life.
Right, and so this is the beauty of this game changer. Take people from the community that are perhaps fearful of police officers, and take the officers who themselves just want to go home to their families, put them together before a game, let everybody talk it out, let everybody high-five each other and ultimately hug it out, and then go to a game together and root for the same team and watch how sports brings the officers and the community together through this program, Game Changer. Chief Zimmerman, we think it's fantastic that you're involved, and we love having our foot into it now with Sean Shepard. So it's really great stuff.
And we love you, Shelley.
Thanks for all you do. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, Shelley.
Wow.
Jeans.